Start again, start again.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening, Madam President.
Thank you, and welcome to President's News for Wednesday, the 16th of October. We've relocated to the bar tonight, so different perspective. Okay, we have, as usual, we've got our club news, we've got some results to round up, Parkrun facts and podiums, what's coming up, and then we've got one bonus ball, which I've left on the table, but I'll get it at the end. Anyway, we'll start with club news. And last Friday, here in the club room, we had our VP supper, organised for the 15th year by Tony Pontifex. It was a lovely evening, it was a lovely dinner from the staff here at Trackside Cafe. We were small in numbers this year, but it was a lovely evening, very enjoyable night. And Tony announced that he was stepping down from organiser of the VP supper. So I'm very grateful to Tony for all his years of organising. Thank you for that. But also, we're delighted to say that Tim Ayers has taken on the role of VP Supper Organiser. So the baton has been handed on to Tim, and so a big thanks to both for that. Okay, on Saturday evening, also here in the club room, we had our under-13s end of season celebration, which was organised by their fabulous team managers, Karen Desborough and Joe Martin. It was a lovely evening, and we had Sam Reardon making a guest appearance, speaking about his early years with the club, which was lovely, quite revealing. I didn't realise that Sam had done every single event in his Kent Young Athletes League or YDL League history. So that was great. A really nice fun evening there. And then it was a quick dart across to Crystal Palace on the Saturday morning for Sam, who was giving out prizes at the Year 5 and Year 6 Bromley Schools cross country. I don't think he knew he was going to be the hare in the Year 6 races until later on, but he jumped in and heard for the last two races. I think it would be a real treat for the kids to have him actually in the race with them. But I was a bit anxious that he wouldn't have had the right shoes with him. I don't know if Adidas have given him trail shoes, Richard, have they?
Oh, what, on?
Did Sam have the right shoes for running on at Crystal Palace on Saturday?
I did say to him, are you sure about this with your £5 million legs? And he said, yeah, he really wants to do it to relive his past experience.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, he really wanted to,
okay.
And he was a great success.
Yeah.
All round.
He's a superstar, absolutely. So that was a good one. And did you have your 1,500 plus kids turn out to that?
1,350 finishers.
Not bad.
Slightly down Year 5 and 6. The Year 3 and 4s are a bit keener.
Bless him. Lovely. Okie dokie. Now then, we are moving to Strictly, our Strictly update. So Saturday evening, it was week 4. And it was a very positive this week for Montel and Jojo. After a tough week 3 last week, where they finished 4th from bottom, this week I'm delighted to say they were 4th from top. So a beautiful Viennese waltz they did, where they got lovely comments from the judges. Anton said it was exquisite. Craig, the grumpy one, said it was gorgeous. So high praise indeed. And this week coming up, they've got, it's a couple's choice. So apparently there's a bit of an African-Caribbean fusion going on. So that will be very exciting to watch. So good luck, of course, as ever, to Montel and Jojo going forwards. Now, as I switch across to the results, the big event of the weekend was the first round of the Kent Cross Country League at Footscray Meadows. We had 105 athletes taking part, which is a huge number, and some fabulous performances. We had 5 individual wins, 5 silvers and 3 bronzes, plus team wins. In fact, we had team wins in every event, except for the senior men. So we had team wins, so golds for the under-13, under-15 and under-17 boys. And the senior men, they took 5th in the 4 to score and then 4th in the 12 to score, which was not bad at all. On the ladies' side, we had team bronzes for the under-13s and under-17s, and then team gold in the under-15s, under-20s and senior women's, and the senior women's both 3 to score and 6 to score. So that was a really good run out from the women. So in a little bit more detail, starting with our under-13 girls, we had 11 running. Team came 3rd, and they were led home by Isabella Jenkins, Ariana Timmerman and Ella Ray. The team was backed up by Jasmine, Leela, Holly, Harriet, Olivia, Alice, Imogen and Beatrice. Our under-13 boys had a great run. We had 10 running. The team finished 1st, and we had a win from Emery Aldridge, with Harry Barrage not far back in 4th, and then a 9th from Zach Evans. All three ran really well-paced races, and they were supported by Dexter, Billy, Akko, Josh, Luke and Lewis. In the under-15 girls, we had 9 girls running. They took Team Gold, and it was a 2nd from Evie De Bruyne, a 3rd from Aoife McDonough, and a 5th from Alba Humans-Yao, so a cracking team effort there. And they were supported by Sophia, Aoife Stanley, Chloe, Amelie, Ariana and Nancy. In the under-15 boys, we had 13 boys running. Team Gold for the team, which was fabulous. James Shaw came home in 2nd, Cian Farrell not far behind in 3rd, and Daniel Horgan just behind them in 11th. They were supported by James Bunn, Johnny, Jake, Aaron Crossan, Finn, Ricardo, Benji, Teddy, Juan and Zach Freeman. The under-17 women, we had 9 running, which is a great turnout, a great number for that age group. We took Team Bronze, and they were led home by Naima Mossy in 6th, Megan Barlow in 11th, and Jess Kelly in 13th. And they were supported by Jasmine, Kyla, Caitlin, Angelina, Lily, and Eva. Under 20 women, we had 5 running. Again, that's a good number for that age group. We came home with Team Gold, and it was led home by Hannah Clark. She won by over a minute, won gun to tape. It was a fantastic run by Hannah. She was backed up with Caris Firth in 5th, not so easy to say. Megan Slattery in 7th, and they were supported by the 2 Islas, Isla Pearson and Isla Spink. Now the under-17 men, we had 9 running. The team took Team Gold. It was a 1-2 from Joe Skeins and Jed Starvis, with Joseph Hill not far back, just 5 seconds back in 4th. And they were supported by Alex Martin, Nathan Clark, Ben O'Grady, Hendry and Ryan. Now our under-20 men's, we only had 2 under-20 men, but they took 1st and 2nd. So great runs from Mark Constable and Harry Fage. Now then, senior men's, we had 19 senior men running on the day, which is a great number. And as I said, they took 5th in the 4 to score and 4th in the 12 to score. Our scoring team of Kevin Finney, Ben Hackey, David Adams and Thomas Desborough. In the men, the M40 category, we had a top 10 finish for Micah Evans. We had in the M50s, we had a 5th and a 6th from Luca Arcolani and Douglas Varney, and Steve Pearman taking 11th in the M60 category. Now I've inserted a little subcategory, I'm just calling it the Dad's Race. Over the last couple of seasons, quite a few of our parents have now started, well they're runners, but now that their kids are running for the club, they've also joined the club and are taking part in these events. So within that senior men's race, we had 7 of our dads running, and the leader in that event, Micah Evans, leads the way with Leon De Bruyne in 2nd and Philip Bunn in 3rd, but followed closely by George Cleantus, Chris Martin, Colin Pearson and Barry Horgan. Now the senior women's team, they basically picked up where they left off last year by winning the 3 to score and the 6 to score and taking the 1st, 2nd and 3rd on the day. Leading the way home was Chloe Sharp. She had a massive lead over Millie, who had another big lead over Morgan Squibb. But they were supported by Imogen McLennan, Jenny Butler and Trang Wien in the 6 to score, with Sarah Ballone, myself and Katie Sugden as backup. In the W35 category, we've got Imogen McLennan leading the way with Trang in 4th and Sarah in 6th. In the W50 category, we've got Jenny in 2nd, I'm in 5th and Katie's in 9th, so that's all good. And we've got a little mums race as well, so we've got 3 mums now competing for the club. We had Jenny Butler leading the way, myself, and then Katie Sugden. So there's plenty of space for more mums if any are out there and fancy having a go. They would be more than welcome. So that was the cross country. A massive thank you though to Steve Hollingdale and to Dave Cordell, who were officiating on the day, and also to who had taken our tent out, and as well as the Kent tent. Thanks to Joe Martin and Andy Frankish, all the other parents who helped out, and all the Starvises who helped take the tent down at the end of the day. So we're looking forward to round 2 over at Summerhill in a week on Saturday on the 26th, although it's the hill at Summerhill, so we're maybe not quite so looking forward to it. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, there was quite a few other little events, well not little events, but other events to mention. I'm going to start with the marathons. Of course, the women's world record went at Chicago last weekend. Ruth Chekangetich ran a 2:09.56, so the first sub 2:10 women's marathon. Worked out that's roughly 18.5 seconds per 100 metres, which is phenomenal. we do a marathon challenge every year with the kids before London, and we ask them how far can they run on world record marathon pace. So now that that's come down even quicker, our girls are going to be, finding it a lot harder. But I think they managed about a kilometre earlier this year, so we'll see how they go. Anyway, so staying with marathons, staying in Chicago, we had Ian Montgomery, who ran 5 hours 23 seconds, and also Roger Villardell, who ran a 2:32.47 PB out in Chicago, and he was the first of the 6-star finishers of the day. So he's done Chicago, New York, Boston, London, Berlin and Tokyo. So well done to Roger and to Ian there. Staying with marathons but moving over to Budapest, John Turner ran a 5:08 in Budapest. I was chuckling when I read Maz's comment because she said he did no training after the 24. I said, well, thank goodness. Poor man. So that was to be able to even just be walking after that 24-hour effort, I think is remarkable. So well done to John Turner. So moving down in distance and a little bit closer to home, we had a couple of half marathon results at the weekend. First up was Dan Kennedy. He ran a half marathon PB at the Great Eastern Half Marathon. He ran 71:32, and also running a half marathon PB by over a minute was Steve Evenden, who's here tonight. Well done, Steve. 1:25.31, so well done there. On Sunday we had a big turnout at the Petswood 10K. We had 12 runners out there, and we took a first, second, third and fourth on the day, with Oliver Ward, one of our under-17s, taking the win, just ahead of Jake Lang, Graham Luger and Greg Bull. So they also took the team prize. But we had PBs from David Adams, David Adams was not far off in 7th, and then we had PBs from Danny Freeman and Chris Fishlock, running PBs in exactly the same time. I think Chris is here tonight. So there's also, in the week, there's been English schools regional rounds, cross-country rounds, so I don't have results for those, but suffice to say they all did pretty well, I'm sure, so, but we'll get more details later. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to Parkrun, facts and podiums. We had just 43 runners this week in 21 different locations, and the furthest from the Clubhouse Award goes to Barry Wetherall, who ran at Bixby Parkrun, which is near San Jose, just south of San Francisco. So that was a very long, far away. Sorry?
Can't compete with that.
No, we can't. No. And on the podium this week, at Bromley, Lucas Almquist, one of our juniors, was first male in a PB of 16:47. Douglas Varney was second male, just 6 seconds off his PB. Now, third home for the club was Roger Bezic, who was first in his age category of 60-64, but had an 88.2 age grading, Roger, so that was faster than the winners, Lucas's. So, and we also had a PB at Bromley on Saturday from Harry Schmidt, 1909. Well done, Harry. Going to break that 19 minutes anytime now, I think, for sure. So just 2 more podiums at Penrose Parkrun. We had Jenny Allen was second lady in 20:56, and at Woollerton Hall Parkrun, Jessica Seller was third lady in 21:31. Now finally, at Bethlem Royal Hospital, it's not a podium, but there was a lovely tribute to Terry Shotton, our VP, who sadly died last Wednesday. She's been one of the original team at Bethlem Parkrun, and had been one of their almost constant volunteers, and I think she'd been nicknamed Terry Tokens, as she was always the Finnish Tokens scooper-upper. So I didn't know Terry particularly well, but I've certainly enjoyed reading the tributes that have come out from those that did know her better. And she was certainly a remarkable lady, and will be very much missed by the whole wider running community. Yeah. So moving to the bonus ball. So an extra one. 2. Oh, did you scoot up? Okay. I think it was quite appropriate actually that we moved to the bonus ball, because I think that was one of Terry's rules as well, wasn't it? So quite nice that we switched that. So, right then. Now let me put them into date order. There we go. Okay, they're in date order. Right. First of all, a winning ball number 54 goes to Angela Powell.
Huh? Well done, dear.
Now then, I need a steward's inquiry on this. Winning ball number 19, and the winner is Gareth Lucky Lloyd.
Oh.
Well done, congratulations. Now then, and our final winning ball from the 12th of October, so just last weekend, winning ball number 37, Steve Pearman. Okay, so that's our bonus ball. Coming up, there's nothing next weekend. It's a very quiet one. It's the start of half term, so nothing that I'm aware of anyway. The following week, as I've said, is the second round of the Kent League over at Summerhill, and then after that weekend, it's the Kent, not the Kent, it's the Bromley Senior Schools Cross Country Champs, which is a qualifier for the Kent schools. So that's what's coming up, but not for a couple of weeks yet. And I think that's it. Does anybody have anything else? Oh, Richard?
Just as a PS from Saturday, one of the things I've always liked about this club is the support that people give each other. Well, Emery Aldridge and Evie de Bruyne carried on that tradition Saturday because they were up at Crystal Palace first. Emery to watch his sister finish about 24th, I think. Evie to watch her brother win the championship. And then they went off. And Emery obviously won, and Evie was second, had two of their great runs as well. So that sort of thing is carrying on with the younger generation as well, which is fantastic.
Isn't it fantastic? Yeah, great. Well done you for doing that. Oh yes, and a final little notice. Annual dinner, Friday the 15th of November, here in the club room. We are lucky to have as our guest speaker Shauna Brown, the hammer thrower turned rugby player, so it's sure to be a very entertaining evening. Tickets will be going on sale very soon, I believe, so look out for that. You'll be getting an email soon. That's the 15th of November here in the clubhouse. Yes, Dennis?
Just mention that we've got the opening 5 on Sunday.
No, Club 5.
Club 5, sorry. Club 5.
This Sunday?
This Sunday, yeah.
Base here?
Yeah, it starts, well, 1:30 is... 2:30 starts. 2:30
Okay,
starts.
so 2:30, the opening 5 here.
Club 5.
Club 5, sorry. Club 5, starting here from the clubhouse at 2:30. 2:30 race start. Okay. Anything else? Okay. Good night.